Bonjour, assalamu alaikum, and ni hao. These are some ways of saying hello in many languages. But did you know in this world there are over 6,500 languages? And Mandarin is one of the most spoken languages in the world, especially in China. But why am I here? Why am I talking about this? Because I myself can speak English, which I learned. English is my third language, Urdu is my second language, Punjabi is my first language. And I also attempted to learn Arabic, but it was just a little bit harder because when you get older, it just becomes more difficult. But when I did learn Arabic, I can read Arabic, but I just can't speak it. I also attempted to learn Spanish for 2 years in high school. So some facts about languages in the USA. A lot of people think when you come to USA that everyone must speak English, but however, English, of course, everyone should learn English, but English is not the official language in USA. It is in at least 30 states, official language. Spanish is the most spoken language in the United States. 1 in 5 Americans can speak another language. So think about it. That means 4 out of 5 Americans cannot speak another language. There are more speakers of Chinese in USA than there are people in Chicago. So there are 5 million Chinese American and there are 2 million people living in Chicago. The Germanicity. Americans are about 16 to 20% German, yet the German language is declining. There was a time where German was almost a predominant language in USA. But in America, we always look at people, especially celebrity. So, Natalie Portman, aka for Professor Diana Padme from Star Wars, she speaks English and Hebrew. She knows basic French, German, Spanish, and Japanese. So what's the issue then? It's about motivation. Many people just give up right away. In high school, we all just wanted to take 1 or 2 years of Spanish and move on with our life because we just wanted to get, competency. Because at least for me, you needed at least 3 years of a foreign language. Another issue is that many people are not surrounded by a foreign-speaking community. So obviously in Harrisburg, many people speak English, but if you go more in the northern side, like near Vermont, there might be, who knows, might be some French Canadians speaking nearby. If you go down Louisiana, there are French speakers. If you go anywhere south in America, there's a Spanish speaking community. Harrisburg does not have that many foreign speaking community. Sometimes people don't have the resources. Mainly like the low incomes, they may not have like resources such as access to to some programs or software or the library. Cognitive ability. When you get older, it becomes difficult to learn anything. And a lot of people just say, I'm too old to learn anything. So what's the issue then? So you see Americans love to visit. And the top places Americans love to go is Paris, Barcelona, Milan, and Istanbul. However, if you do not learn the basic language, you may get scanned by them. And also, if you know anything about the brain, the left side of the brain is mainly for the language. So you don't just have to eat walnuts to defeat Alzheimer's. Even though there's no cure for Alzheimer's, you can challenge Alzheimer's by learning a new language because the whole point of Alzheimer's is making it difficult to talk and remember things. So why does speaking another language matters? It increases your critical thinking ability, your cognitive. Who doesn't want to be smart? So might as well learn a new language. Social skills. Who doesn't want to impress your mom, your dad, your a classmate, or someone you like? Why not? It's cool. You can also learn a new culture. 3 years ago, all my friends were foreigners because I lived right next to a military base. I almost forgot that I lived in America because my community was like speaking European languages. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So it's cool to learn a new culture. Jobs. Nowadays, the world is also getting integrated. So you can always, you have a higher chance of getting a job just for learning another language. Secret communication. So my sister and I, we speak in our own language, and that's cool because no one understands us. And I can just talk about whatever I want with her, and no one's going to judge me because they don't know what I'm saying. So there are solutions. You can go on YouTube. is free. You can take courses at Penn State Harrisburg. You can use Duolingo, which is an app. It's free. Rosetta Stone, you have to pay for it. It's a software program. You can go to the library and get a dictionary. You can join clubs. You know, you can join the. I don't think there's any foreign clubs, but there is a global ambassador that has a lot of foreign students. You can always learn from them. You can go to culture events. Penn State hosts a lot of them. You can have friends who are foreigners and travel. And you can but the main thing is you must believe in yourself. So visualize this being you. You learned something and now you're happy, you succeeded in life. So now it's your turn to learn. I challenge you to learn a language because in America there's always a challenge. Might as well learn a language. So to conclude, I'm going to end with 2 quotes. To learn a language is to have one more window from which to look at the world. And if you talk to a man in his language, it doesn't just go, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his own language, then it goes to his heart.